constantly pass. Why you think people like inherit different diseases? You might inherit diabetes. These are the curses from Esau, from the devil.
Oh, that's why the scriptures say he was going to facilitate the curses. I will send a nation as swift as the eagle, and although in different time periods and whatnot, still the Lord used the catalyst. He accommodated the curses, man.
Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, before we get Psalm 17. I'm sorry, Psalms 13 and 17, bro.
13 and 17.
Yeah, Psalms 13 and 17. Dealing with this devil, and his, because you got like I said, the lesser luminaries, they still do the bidding of the elite as well.
Might be another.
Or try 17 and 13.
17, 13.
Okay, Psalm 17 and 13. Rise, O Lord, Yahawashi, Rawchaa. Disappoint him, cast him down.
Yeah, we need the Lord to actually cast this person down. Ahead.
Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thou swell.
That's what we asking the Lord to do, to deliver us from Esau. Why do we need deliverance? What position are we in the earth to where we're asking to be delivered from? Because we under the hand of our enemies. If we wasn't under him, why would we need to be delivered? You need to be delivered or rescued from a situation that's life-threatening, man. Okay? And when you listen to these devils talk, they don't want us in the earth. They don't want us here. They hate our presence. So we need the Lord to disappoint him, cast him down, and deliver us from our enemies, man. That's in the book of Luke, the 1st chapter. It says we need to be delivered from enemies, man. We under the serpent right now. This the same mother effer, the same old serpent that beguiled Eve and made Adam go off. We under him. We under that devil, that serpent, man, that turned our woman against us. You supposed to want the Lord to drop this devil. But you got these different jakes out here trying to make a plea for this goddamn devil. Ain't no pleas. The only way he can make up what he did was by serving his punishment, man. That's the 1,000-year judgment.
Blood, it can only be blood for blood. So that's definitely, man. Finish out this Psalm 17. Verse 14. For men which are thy hand, O Lord Yahawah, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure.
Yeah, you say from men who are thy hand. So you got the right hand and you got the left hand. And right now the Lord has the right hand under the left hand. Okay? Until the Lord comes and lifts that left hand off the right hand, we subject to it. So when you read the curses, it says what? We shall go to him for one of all things. We shall be the tail and not the head. He shall lend to us and not to thee. Curse shall be thy basket. Curse shalt thou be in the field. Thou shalt bear sons and not be able to enjoy them. Why is all these curses taking effect? Because the hand of the left is on us, man. He separated us from our children. He has it to the point to where if you break up with your girl, she got to go. The kids got to go with the mama.
Right.
And you get to see the kids on every other weekend, while they become emotionally unstable under the mother. That's from the devil.
Right.
When in the ancient world, even when you deal with, when you talk to a West African, people from Nigeria and the western coast of Africa, they say when you divorce, the kids come with the man.
Right.
I've had that conversation several times with certain co-workers. No, I moved from Africa, me and my kids. No, I left with mom. In my culture, they always say, in my culture,
right,
when you break up with a woman, the kids go with the man.
Right.
The kids go with the man. The woman leaves. She leaves. But in America, this backward society, the kids go with the woman. So that's the curse where we're gonna bear kids and not be able to come. Even going back to the slave fields with the auction blocks, when Jake was breeding. When Esau was breeding Jake babies, and if a buyer was interested, they send them children wherever.
Split the family.
That's gonna happen to you, devils.
And the Lord put the spirit on them to do that. to fulfill the prophecies of the curses.
Set up and vex it. That's the Lord.
Yep.
Because in reality, if you look at it, the kids really are the man's. Because the man carry the seed. That's really his kids. That's why it's a sack. Like,
Right.
That's your possession. You got a sack. If you go in my, that's my shit. That sack itself symbolizes, right. That's mine.
Yeah.
My possession. Yeah.
But see how Esau flipped it was he make it seem as if the mother is the identifier of the nation.
Right. Yep. Right.
But he flipped it off. So even when I was growing up, I always thought that who you were was determined by your mom.
Right. Right.
That's what was taught in the South. For brothers that's in the South.
The big mama is highly reverenced.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
That's how it is in the South.
Not big mama.
Yeah.
But then when you come into the truth, you hearing something different. You're like, dang, that makes sense.
Surely you turn things upside down.
Yep.
Flip everything, wrong way.
Yep. They shall call good evil and evil
Yeah.
good. Yep.
For life and darkness, and darkness for life.
Yeah, you can't be masculine. That's offensive.
Shalom.
It says, they are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness.
Yeah, that's pretty much the point. We need the Lord to cast down this particular throne that's up now, the throne of Babylon the Great. Okay, the whore. Like it tells you that in Revelation that wear scarlet and purple with the golden cup that made the nations drunk. We need the Lord to knock her off the back of that beast and breathe fire on her. Do them ICBM nuclear missiles. That's what we praying for, man. And if that's not the goal or that's not your thought process, then you're not in line with the spirit. It ain't gonna be two thrones ruling at one time. Like the Lord gonna come back and rule alongside of Donald Trump and his cabinet and constituents. That's not happening.
Have a seat at the UN.
Yeah.
The Israelites come,
Right. And the nations welcome us. Oh, there you go, Yahawashi. We left a seat for you. No, when you read the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, it says that Nebuchadnezzar, in Nebuchadnezzar's dream, it said a stone came that wasn't cut by hand.
Right.
It said and broke the feet.
Right.
It hit the feet of the statue and the whole statue fell. Where's the camaraderie at in that?
Yes.
Ain't no camaraderie, man. The scriptures called in Revelation 19, it said that he wore many crowns. And it said, and on his vesture, on his thigh, and on his vesture was written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. That's symbolic of the nations that's gonna fall when Yahawashi comes back to take the throne. There ain't gonna be no joint coalition, with America / the kingdom of heaven, or Russia / the kingdom of heaven. The Lord working alongside with Vladimir Putin. The Lord knocking all of these people down when he come back. Anything that's erected itself over the power of Yahawah Bahasham gonna be brought to nothing, man.
Yeah, all the mountains and hills are gonna be brought down. That's all them different empires.
The kingdom's not gonna be I think it's called hierarchy. It's like a dual rulership. Like Medo-Persian Empire. It ain't gonna be like that, man. You can the kingdom, the Israelites want to be like Esau right there still in power. Nah, man.
Everything is gonna be subject. It's not even gonna be up for consideration of them being in a position of power. Like Esau got their kingdom over there, we gonna leave home. Or the Arabs, they got they land over there, we gonna let them do whatever they want to do. See, when the Lord comes back, everything must flow. Everything must be obedient to his way.
So you mean to say the nation that will not serve you, right?
Yep.
So every knee shall bow.
Every knee.
Yep. Every knee. You got it, bro.
This is Daniel 2:44.
Yep.
And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Now it says in the days of these kings. Those kings that it's talking about is those kings on that statue. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
Yep.
But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms.
Yep.
And it shall stand forever.
The Lord is going to break down Babylon the Medo-Persian Empire, Greece, Rome, and NATO.
America.
America,
Yep, America.
you know, China, Japan, Russia, India, Africa. The Lord is going to break all of these governments down. He's going to destabilize the markets. Okay? He's going to take down the different kings that rule over certain countries in certain areas, and he's going to put them all in subjection under his way and establish a righteous government that's going to push out the vibration and the spirit of righteousness into the planet Earth. And all nations are going to flow to that government.
Right.
That's what the Lord is establishing right now. That's why us coming out on the highways and byways is a foreshadowing of that.
Oh, well, the scripture said, set up a kingdom. Even when you look at it now, that word being formed, it said, come on the scene. So the Lord is pretty much publicizing. The scripture said the Lord haven't spoken in some dark corner in the earth.
Yep.
So this is a bold stance. The Lord sent us out, but where the lines get blurred is we the poor. It shows you how dramatic the Lord is. You got the poor stepping out saying we gonna be the next superpower.
Yeah.
And that contributes to you not believing. So it's gonna be a certain shock value when this place is overthrown. And another point to the other, I just hear that physical matter. You know what I'm saying? Physical understanding.
Without making your point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a book, you know. But like you said, it should not be left over to another. You look at kingdoms in retrospect. After that kingdom fell, it was another kingdom in some capacity to come and occupy, you know. But once the Lord take these places down, the people on this side are going to rule forever.
Right.
See, and that contributes to the mysteries of the kingdom, man, because you can't fathom, you can't wrap your mind around such a wild concept. Oh, matter of fact, you know what? Go back to that Isaiah 14 real quick before we read that. That's the spirit, because it's a science behind the destruction. It's nothing just like the Lord is just going to be loosely. No, there's a science behind it. There's a work. When the destruction happens, we ain't gonna have a credit score, man. You ain't gonna have a warrant after the destruction. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 14, starting verse 23. It says, I will also make it a possession for the bidders and pools of waters, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, says the Lord of hosts.
Yep, go ahead.
The Lord of hosts, Yahawashi, has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand. That I will break the Assyrian in my and upon my mountains tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them.
See, so that's the science. Once the destruction takes place, you're not going to have a credit score or ID. You got a social security card you got to produce. You know, the Lord said once that destruction, they're going to break the yoke of the Assyrians. So it's not some random, this is a work. See, go ahead.
It says, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. This is the purpose that is purpose upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that is stretched upon all the nations.
See that? So that's the reasoning behind the Most High bringing the destruction. That's what's going to liberate you niggas start marching. And this is a civil rights district. The ghost of these niggas' spirit rolling through these streets, man. But they through now. But who out here now?
Yes.
The private, out of all that, you know, all the media coverage. But guess what? Who's standing out here now?
Yeah, who walking in the boots of Martin Luther King? Ain't nobody picked up his torch.
Right.
You left your ancestors doing it. Because they, you know why? Because the spirit of the Lord wasn't working with them.
Right.
The spirit of the Lord is dealing with the prophets.
That was only one exit. That was Yahawashi. So through this doctrine, this the only thing that serves as the segue to the world of tongues. That was before we ready to close up.
Psalm 98, verse 3, it says, he have remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our power.
Right. So the Lord thrust us in the put us out. Right? So go ahead.
This that word ends. It says ceasing, end, finality. in the Strongs, it says an end, especially of the earth. It says no further. Also the ankle.
Right, also the ankle of something. The ankle. Yeah, God. So everything go back to the
Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
That's what it said, the parting of sons of the time.
Yeah.
When Jacob and Esau were born.
That's it.
First grab the heel.
Yeah.
Even when, like the elder just read Daniel, the 2nd chapter, notice it said that the stone came and broke the feet.
And that's the basis of it.
Yeah.
And because Esau from the neck on down, that's the base that uphold all the other BS.
Yeah.
All these different customs that you
Yeah.
follow, Esau upholding. So the Lord ain't gonna be emphatic, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
God, it says the ankle as being the extremity of the leg or foot.
Right. Esau's leadership is right here at the extremity, the end of the foot. That's when the Lord gonna give him. So yeah, with that, I'm going
Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash.
Double honors to the head apostle, the elder, the great millstone, son of Rawchaa, for the labors out there. As always, you believe us, and this time, son of Rawchaa.